Is a semi-absentee opportunity a truly passive franchise opportunity? On this episode, we're going to dive into this. So I was perusing around in one of my Facebook groups, which is linked to a mastermind group I'm involved with. I was reading some posts, and one of the gentlemen mentioned that he got involved with a franchise model and he's been losing money, and it's a absentee or semi-absentee model. And you know, I know he's newer to this business. I didn't help him find this franchise model. I know him, and I had briefly talked to him when he had just acquired the franchise. And so diving into this a little bit more, I was reading one gentleman post about how stressed out he was because he had just got involved with a franchise system, and he's really stressed, and he's just basically was like crying because this is the toughest thing he's done. He's kind of transitioning from W-2 into this franchise, and then this other guy had commented that he had gone in on a semi-absentee model and hired a general manager, and he said he was losing money, so he had to step in. So that's the point of this video. I thought I wanted to use that post as kind of an episode where we're talking about a lot of people out there. The conversations I have, people think, well, semi-absentee, that means, I'm going to work 15, 20 hours a week on the business and the GM's going to do everything. Well, let's be quite honest with all of this. Look, you got to hire right, and it's going to take time. I remember when I was looking for a property manager, when I was investing out of state, and how many property managers we went through to get a decent property manager. It takes a lot of work. Now, we always think that real estate investing is passive, right? Like, but it takes a lot of work until you build those systems up and get that right property manager. Now, when we're talking about a franchise model where you're starting that franchise system, implementing the systems and processes, but you're starting day one with no customer base typically, right? And so to think that you're going to just have this GM that's magically going to run this business and you're going to sit back and collect checks is, I believe, pretty foolish. You got to come into these franchise business models and understand that regardless if it's a semi-absentee or not, you're going to have to put a lot of work in. And let's face it, in the beginning, you're going to put even more work in. Now, there are some more real semi-absentee business models that don't need as much, I believe, day to day. But when you're talking about home service franchise models, it's really the team and the system you buy into, the system you invest into is really going to be the determining factor of your success. If you think you could just put your money up and walk away, unless it's a completely managed model or more of a semi-absentee business model, like it is a laundromat or it's something with extremely small amount of moving parts. But if it's a sales-driven business, like painting, anything home service is really kind of sales-driven. Even if the franchisor has a call center and everything, you got to remember it's going to take a lot of work. So the moral of the story is expect to work your butt off in the beginning, and as you grow and put systems in place, maybe year two, you'll spend that 15 hours a week in the business. But in the beginning, it's going to be a lot harder that we anticipate. So just be ready for it and go in not being blindsided. Go in with realistic expectations. As you're vetting these franchise models, make sure you're validating with other owners and digging in on questions like, well, how was it getting started? How much time are you putting in the business? Did you hire the right GM? Because the franchise development reps, right, they're going to paint a rosy story. Hey, everything is great. Look, that's their job, is to get you into these franchises. So at the end of the day, just take your time, do your due diligence, and really figure out what will really drive this business to make it run efficiently. And validate, and make sure you know your numbers. Make sure you know your overhead. Make sure you have enough in reserves for your burn rate so you're getting that cash flow up there. Anyways, that's the moral of the story today. As always, you need financing. You're looking for your ideal business, go to bookwithbo.com. I'll see you on the next episode. If you're looking to acquire a business, stop scrolling on Biz Buy Sell and visit franchiseresellelistings.com. We'll do a customized search. You can get on our weekly distribution where we're sending new inventory weekly to your inbox. So visit franchiseresellelistings.com and opt in today. See you there. Hey guys, Bo Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.